It took the Cats 11 years after their dynasty. The Lions still haven't done it in the 19 years since theirs. And Hawthorn, well, they haven't won a final since 2015. But Richmond, though, are they primed, ready, and proper for a tilt at the flag to go 4 in 7 years? Let's have a chat.
Riewoldt brilliant here. Absolutely brilliant, Riewoldt. Fantastic.
So, there isn't a lot of bias here, but I know if my much better half does watch this video, could be an interesting chat at home because she is a Richmond supporter and, of course, the #1 Jai Newcombe fan, but that is a story for a complete other day. But her Tigers are looking in pretty good shape on paper. Taranto and Hopper in match sim only during the week completely dominated, and those moves are going to benefit Richmond all the way through. I understand people that might be worried about their bodies, but Taranto won a best and fairest in a grand final year. Hopper, we were waiting to break out. Okay, maybe still hasn't done it as much as maybe some in the media are telling us, but this is a Richmond side that all of their question marks do have answers that seem more than reasonable. So the questions down back, I'm totally with everyone that says that Robbie Tarrant cannot be their starting centre-half back in a big tilt in September. They are going to need Grimes, Bolter, and Gibkiss. They are the top 3 in the depth chart, and Robbie Tarrant is definitely 4th. If Robbie Tarrant is in the best form and everyone's fit, there's kind of a problem. Injuries, he'd be good injury cover, but that's the way that it is. You got guys like Vlosten, Broad do fantastic things. Daniel Riewoldt last year was fantastic, and although Jaden Short did move into the midfield, I suspect that he will be moved to a half-back line and hopefully be that damaging rebounder we've seen, and we can kind of end this Rory-led experiment of putting back pockets, half-back flankers into the midfield. Laird did it beautifully. Callum Mills did it beautifully. I'm sure you guys will be able to give me other examples as well. I don't think it worked as well with Jaden Short. With Prestia, Hopper, Taranto, Dusty, Shea Bolton, even Tyler Sonsie can go in there and do a role. They might be rotating some of their small forward players through there as well. I'd be keeping Shorty on the outside, let him run, rack up the meters gained at him, and Daniel Riewoldt with Broad and Vlosten's ability to shut down their opponents as well, makes for one of the more balanced defenses in the league, in my opinion. You've got guys like Marlon Pickett and the like that can run the wings as well and work on that outside craft. We know Richmond are going to be reliant on their pressure once again. They can certainly do that, but their game is going to need to evolve. Sometimes you do have to take things from the reigning premier in terms of their game style, incorporate it into yours. So as much as the manic pressure, especially in the forward half, is going to have to be high for the Tigers, their chaos ball should work for them as well, their ability to surge. They're also going to need to win the ball out of the middle. That's why I am, until I see otherwise, absolutely for Taranto and Hopper being a part of the Richmond team. They're small forwards. They've never really had to kick 50 goals for them to get it done. But the one player that I am looking forward to seeing this year, and he's not the man in the thumbnail, is Shea Bolton. He kicked 44-44 last year and did an outstanding job, and for mine, needs to be much more of an inside 50 player. Jack Riewoldt is not the #1 tall forward, as we know with Tom Lynch, but he is not a #1 forward anymore. Absolute legend of the game, one of the best that Tasmania has ever produced, and if the Tigers do need another Tasmanian tall forward, I'd highly recommend it, because considering him and Richo, that's where they find them. So go and find another one, Richmond. It would work out really well. But if Tom Lynch does go down, they are in big, big trouble structurally. I know they'll probably play Nankervis and Ivan Soldo together, which is fine. One of them will have to take some contests forward, and that's absolutely fine. But if Tom Lynch is not fit and ready to go sort of round 20 onwards, Richmond can't win the flag, in my opinion. They just absolutely can't do it. Yes, Jack was the #1 man in 2017. It's not 2017 anymore. Tom Lynch is the man and the most important Tiger. Yes, I'll be looking forward to seeing how Dusty goes, as will everyone. But at the end of the day, for mine, Richmond, absolute contenders. And I'd love to see why people don't think that they are. But spoiler alert, they're contenders. They're absolute contenders. Now, if a guy like Lynch goes down, I suspect Noah Bolter will be thrust forward. And that's okay. You got guys like Liam Baker, who can play anywhere in that centre square in the contest. Half back, wing, half forward. He can do it all. You got guys like Maurice Rioli Jr., who I am so looking forward to seeing how he progresses this year. And the Tigers can get you in a bunch of different ways with a bunch of different players. Now, Richmond are one of those teams that I wish we could see in more pracky games than just a match simulation, one preseason game, and then we get into it. I'm the kind of person that says if we do have a shortened preseason, then we need more AFL games, or if we have 17 games in the home and away season, give us a proper preseason competition and make it worth something. That is also a way that we can do things. The current structure, for me, just doesn't work in a nutshell. And I'd love to learn more about Richmond as we go. And probably all the teams that are in this mini kind of contender or pretender series that's kind of going on, considering the Collingwood one has done really well. If you haven't checked out my Port Adelaide one, please go and do so. That would be amazing. But I would love to see Richmond in action more before round one. But that round one game against the Blues for mine is Richmond kind of playing with free money. We saw in 2017 they didn't have to get off to the hottest of starts. They went down to the Giants kind of mid-season and then went on a run. They've done things in different ways. They weren't the best team during the COVID year, but they were the best team during September with that good win over Port Adelaide and the dominant grand final second half against the Cats. They can win it from anywhere. Or can they, considering all three of their flags were when they finished third? 2018, I think they finished on top of the ladder, and obviously Mason Cox effectively stopped the four-peat, and we really need to be grateful for that as non-Richmond fans, I think. But in my mind, if Damien Hardwick and his coaching cohort can get the best out of this group, and I'm confident that they can do that, Richmond are going to be up there for mine, and outside of a Geelong, a Melbourne, and a Brisbane, I genuinely think Richmond are the fourth best team in the competition. But what do you guys think? Comment below. Let me know. What are your question marks? What are your likes, dislikes? Where do you have Richmond in your ladder? Should I do my own ladder prediction? I need to know all of it. Make sure you like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to join the Daz Talks Footy family. I hope you have enjoyed your week. I hope you enjoy the upcoming week. And until next time, plenty of good content coming, so stick around. Get involved in the posts and the polls that I'm putting up on YouTube. So when you go into your timeline and you see Daz Talks Footy, make sure you interact, because I want to know what you guys want to see throughout the season. I'm going to stop rambling and let you know. Go now, guys, I should say. Goodbye.